Hey guys, welcome to Braun's Painting Network. If you've stumbled on this video, I assume you must be doing research on your own interior painting project. And you landed in a good spot, because with our Paint Trainer series, we do tutorials and in-depth discussions on all things related to residential interior painting. And we always put strong special emphasis on what I refer to as the task pillars, which is setup, job site protection, surface preparation and repair, paint application, and cleanup. When it comes to setting up for a paint project, the biggest thing associated with that is simply gathering all the different types of tools, supplies, and materials you need to execute a proper paint job. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the common supplies we use for job site protection, project cleanup, and personal protective equipment. Let's get at it. Let's take a look at some of our job site protection supplies that we're going to utilize. We have lightweight plastic. This is a 9-foot by 12-foot box, and this we use mostly to cover furniture or other belongings in our work area. It's very lightweight, easy to cut, easy to move. It covers one box we can use for a long time, and we'll also use it to cover things like countertops, bathroom vanities, toilets, kitchen cabinetry, you name it. We'll even, use it to drape over things like ceiling fans or chandeliers, other types of light fixtures. When it comes to floors, you can see in here, we have canvas drop cloths we use to cover floors as well. But we really like to use different types of paper, and we'll demonstrate that to you. This is a 9-inch masking paper, and then we have a 12-inch masking paper that we like to carry. We also, not pictured here, not on the table, we have bigger rolls of heavy duty construction rosin paper that is designed for more heavy foot traffic or more substantial usage and protection. And then we always have a lot of different types of painter's tapes that we like to have. Painter's tapes are great not only for job site protection, but we'll incorporate them in the application process as well, depending on what the situation is. This is just kind of production grade painter's tape. This one happens to be from Scotch. We also use 3M a lot. This we might even have is this a blue? Yeah, Scotch blue 3M. So this is typical grade, kind of, medium adhesive painter's tape. We generally use this for protection purposes when we are trying to mask off things like hardware or hang plastic, or we don't generally use this for application protection, but more for splatter and dust protection is where we'll utilize the production tape. We really love the frog tape product, and there's different versions of it. This is super heavy, high adhesive frog tape. This would probably be, we won't use this on this project, but this is meant to stick to really difficult or very durable surfaces. An example might be like a brick fireplace that you want to protect, or stonework, something along those lines. Or for exterior usage, if you're trying to protect something, maybe rough cut exterior wood products. We utilize this product a lot, the Frog Tape Blue. And also, what's great about the Frog Tape products is they have a polymer on them that allows, when you activate them with a damp cloth or rag, you activate the polymer and it swells up the tape, and the tape it'll seal off that edge, so when you're painting over it, the paint is not going to seep through and bleed through. That is the common problem that people have with painter tapes, including production tapes like this. The Frog Tape has that polymer technology. You can see that the Frog Tape Blue has a 14-day safe release, meaning you can leave it up for 14 days on a cured painted surface and be able to remove it without damaging the surface. The Frog Tape Green is a little bit more advanced in that it allows for 21 days safe release, and it's a little bit more, delicate on some of the surfaces. So when it comes to putting paper down on like a hardwood finished floor, We like to use the green tape. We just feel like it's a little bit safer with less risk of damaging polyurethane finish on a hardwood floor. And then the one that we don't use as much but we love is the frog tape yellow, which is for delicate surface. So if you have something like a faux finish or other wallpaper, any other delicate surfaces where you need to put painter's tape on it to either hang plastic or for paint splatter protection, frog tape yellow is the way to go. All right, guys, so I'm going to interject with a little bit of a new video. I shot that video a few months ago on site, and it kind of sucks. So I want to share more information about job site protection materials we use. We will on occasion use this thicker, heavier duty plastic. This is a 3 mil, or this is actually 3.5 mil, which mil is just the thickness of a particular substrate or material. 3.5 it's pretty thick, it's heavy. You couldn't take this out and easily tear it with your hand, whereas that lightweight plastic, which a lot of times is either like a 0.7 mil or 1 mil, significantly lighter weight than what we have here. You could take that and rip it apart. But it's durable enough and easy to place over things like furniture, and it's more cost efficient. And one box, because it's so thin, is going to last forever. We will use this thicker plastic if we want to erect a wall using like the zip wall system. And the biggest reason we would want a big plastic wall barrier would be for either to protect from major dust disruption that we're doing during our preparation and repair process. And we don't want that dust traveling throughout the house or into another area, or if we were operating spray equipment and we want to contain the overspray from carrying and settling. So this is an example of the zip wall system where you have these adjustable poles that will go all the way up to a ceiling, and you pinch the plastic to the ceiling or a soffit or something like that with this end. So it's just a pressure fit. And then the reason they call it zip wall is because they sell zipper accessories that can basically, they come with adhesive tape where you tape it right onto the plastic wall and you cut through the zipper line, and it basically allows you to create a wall with a zipper that you can get in and out of work areas. This is not quite cardboard level, but much thicker. It takes quite a bit of effort to break that up. There's something called Ram board, is very common brand for this level of floor protection. This one is called X board. But this is going to give you more durable floor protection and will also take way longer for a paint spill to get through this, and better for substantial foot and boot traffic. If it's more of a construction type environment or you're doing heavy preparation and repair work, and you might be worried about dropping screws and nails or dropping a tool on the floor or something, this is going to give you more thick protection. It's probably overkill on a lot of simple paint jobs, and if it's a major construction project, it may not be enough and thick enough, and that's where you could even go as far as to put up cardboard. Putting down a bed of cardboard can give you that benefit, where if you were to drop a hammer from a ladder, cardboard will actually give you a lot better opportunity to not damage the floor underneath. Things like scaffolding. This happens to be an actual cardboard shield, which we use this. It's a shield. It's cut down. We buy these in box quantities of 50, and they're cut like this by the manufacturer and very easy to use on residential painting projects. They're probably most commonly used as sprayer protection. You can clip these onto an extension rod and use them for overspray protection to cover a substrate while you're spraying. We use them a lot, both inside and outside, to help protect roofing, asphalt roof shingles when we're working outside. We use them a lot underneath doorways, slide them under the doors so we can crash the bottom of doors when we're painting them, if we're brushing and rolling them. This does really good for that. Or just temporary protection thrown down on a floor, a countertop, even a toilet, appliances, counters, vanities. These come super handy. We always have a lot of cardboard shields on us. Last but not least, in my little bag of tricks, I have some protective carpet film, which is where we will use this. This is a stick down. This can be rolled out and stick to carpet really tight. Easily allows you to easily walk on it. It is a little slick and a little slippery, so if you are protecting carpeted stairs with this, you definitely want to be careful and make sure everybody in the house and on the project are aware that it's on there, because it is it's certainly more slippery than what the carpet would be. But this really gives you tight, very good protection on a carpet. If we're going to use it, it's typically either on carpeted stairs, or if we are in a situation to where maybe we have a brand new carpet or a light colored carpet and we are working with dark paint colors, I want to eliminate any risk that we're going to have paint splatter on that carpet. And you can use canvas drop cloths and they're great, but especially if you have an inexperienced painter, they might not even be realizing when that canvas drop cloth is pulling away, because you're stepping on it and you're dragging it away, and then they got a little bit of exposed carpet there. And what's happening? You're getting a speckle down there. Well, I used a drop cloth. Well, yeah, it pulled away from the wall though, and now paint from your roller has dripped onto this beautiful carpet. So, carpet film. Here's some of the more common supplies we bring along for cleanup. We always like to have Clorox wipes, Miracle wipes for more advanced paint cleanup, both on your hands and surfaces where maybe the paint's been sitting a little bit longer. We always bring a Swiffer setup, so any hard surfaces, hardwood floors, tile, we like to give a nice swift after we sweep and vacuum. We always have a ton of painter's rags, not only all throughout the process for cleanup, but also having a damp rag in our pockets when we're preparing and doing caulking work, or when we're applying paint. Always want to have a rag. A painter should always have a rag in their pocket, and you're going to go through quite a bit of garbage bags on a major residential painting project, so we always have we always have boxes of contractor bags. Here are some PPE supplies that we commonly use on residential painting projects. Personal protective equipment. We will always have a box of these black nitrile gloves. We use these most commonly when we are working with oil-based or shellac-based primers. Those are very difficult if they make contact with your skin to get off. They will not clean off with just soap and water. So that's why we want to protect our skin and utilize these gloves. You could use them just to keep any paint off your hands. Professional painters oftentimes are so used to that, and their hands are pretty rough, that you won't often see them using these applying latex paints. However, if you have more delicate hands or really pretty hands, or you have really well done nails or something like that, these can definitely help keep the paint and keep your hands nice and protected and make your cleanup easier. These are more durable nitrile coated gloves. Much more. These have a tendency to break and get, when your hands sweat when they're on there, it's very easy for these to break. These are a little bit more durable, and you could use these for paint application, or when you're applying caulk or finger tooling caulk on gaps. This can definitely prevent slivers and really keep your hands well protected. They're just a little bit, these are all considered disposable gloves, but these are certainly more expensive. So just depends on what you're doing and how much you're willing to spend on utilizing gloves. We have some protective eyeglasses. We'll use these both when we're sanding repairs to keep dust out of our eyes, and when we're applying paint overhead, particularly rolling ceilings where we have to stare up into what we're doing and we have paint splatter sprinkling down on us. Very important to keep that out of your eyes. And then when we're doing sanding work, we will utilize this N95 mask. We won't use this while we're applying paint. We're not doing any spray application. If we were spraying paint on this job, we would definitely use a bigger half mask respirator. This N95 will be perfect for what we're doing when we're sanding repairs here. This is an example of the half mask respirator that I'm referring, where it would just simply slide over. It's adjustable. Snap it on. And we have a really tight seal that can be adjusted This is another layer of protection versus the N95 mask, where if you really want small particulate protection from spray painting, this is what you want to be wearing. If you're trying to protect yourself from overhead splatter rolling the ceiling, is you could put on something like this, and when you're looking up, you got a ton of protection. You're going to be able to be wearing eyeglasses underneath this, and there will be no problem. One thing that's nice about this too is if you're wearing an N95 mask and you have on safety glasses, a lot of guys struggle with the glasses fogging up with the mask on, and usually that's prevented by really pinching your N95 tight. But this is another way. Take the glasses off, put this on, and you could have a mask on underneath if you needed to do the combo, if you needed both a mask and eye protection on. There is another level of protection if you had a project where you were possibly interfering or disturbing old lead-based paint. Make sure you understand your unique situation before you tackle your own residential painting project. The biggest thing to know is if your home was built prior to 1978, there is the possibility that there could be old lead-based paint that you could potentially disturb as you prepared your surfaces for painting. The older the house is, the more likely that's the case. So go to epa.gov/lead and do your research. But what I would say is if you are functioning on a job where there's the potential of disrupting lead, there are things like this. This is considered a P100 filter adapter that could go onto a half-face respirator like this, and it's an extra level of protection against lead, dust, particulates. You would be expecting to wear something like this, which is called a Tyvek suit, which basically go over the clothing that you're wearing. It's disposable, relatively affordable, but it has a hood. It has its own built-in booties. You would wear gloves with it. So this would be in instances where you were in a situation where you were creating potential for plumes of lead dust because you were scraping, sanding, and interfering with old paint. We want to keep that lead dust off of our skin and our clothes, and these are the types of things that help with that.